Hey, how you doing? I'm Natalie. I live in the States, actually in New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got here. Um, Throughout my life, I'm 35, and my childhood, I experienced some childhood trauma. Um, I left for the military at 18. I was in the Army for 8 years, where I went overseas in Iraq, and I experienced a lot of traumatic events there. Um, Upon returning, I got diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, and depression, and I also uh, got in an accident, so I had um, a couple knee surgeries. Um, when I got out, I didn't have any type of coping mechanism, so I resorted to drugs and alcohol for about 5 years. And 5 years ago, I sought help for that, and so it's been about 5 years of abstinence from any type of drugs. But I was still suffering in some way. I've done all types of therapies and medications, and nothing seemed to really give me the relief that I deserve. Um, so about in 2016, I moved into the holistic approach, where I stopped all medications, and I was um, partaking in plant medicines um, for these different types of ailments. And so it was about 2 years ago when I discovered ayahuasca. Well, until someone told me about it. So I started doing research, and it's my favorite doggy. I started doing research on it, and I had a lot of friends in my new city that also took it, and they told me the great benefits about it. So I immediately started researching it for help with PTSD, with chronic pain, which I also suffer from, depression, anxiety, all the things. So I finally just took the plunge and decided to come here. And I was actually in the jungle for a week before this. And I mean, it was a life-changing experience. The people there are very loving and kind and compassionate, and the same way here, everybody is just so kind and truly care about your healing and your healing journey, and they respect that. Um, I experienced Cambo, which is the frog venom from an Amazonian tree frog. And right after the ceremony, I immediately just burst into tears because for the past 10 years I've been in chronic pain, and for the first time, all my pain was gone. And I was just overwhelmed with gratitude for that plant medicine. Um, and my ayahuasca, I've had seven ceremonies from the jungle and here, and every single one, my intentions were met. It's been I'm blown away by the power that Mother Ayahuasca possesses. When you go in with an intention, um, she's delivered. I mean, whether it be, resolving issues from my past, issues on resentments with people that have harmed me, forgiveness of those people, forgiveness of myself for all the wrongdoings I've done in my past, you know, dealing with traumatic events in Iraq. It completely changed my perception of it. I no longer, well, I say no longer, it's been a few days, but in that experience, in the ceremony, for once I was able to um, remember the good times in all that chaos, and all the beautiful times, and it's been phenomenal, and I 10/10 recommend for anyone who suffers from any type of trauma and is just ready to take this healing journey to a whole nother level, because everyone deserves to be healed, and yeah, it's a beautiful experience, and I will be back probably at the end of the year, for sure.